Welcome to the silver bracket, everybody. CTWC 2020 continues. We've already had the kids say hype, right? You're my kid translation expert over here, Mr. Sharky.
Yeah, definitely have a hype tournament.
This has been so much fun all month. This has been like the only good thing to come out of COVID this year is getting all these players into the scene this year, onto the main stage. And today we have the silver bracket, which, you know, some of the chatters like, oh, who wants to see the silver bracket? These guys are so cute. Like, no, come on. The cutoff was in the mid 700,000s for 96th place. Last year, that would have got you into the top 48. So we've essentially doubled our field.
That would put you
kept
like
the same cutoff.
40th seed.
Yeah. So we're going to have some great matches today. We're going to have some great vets. We're going to have a lot of the kids in here too. So we can start off with the smack talk between the DAS and the Hypertap again. It's always fun to read and chat while we're commentating these matches.
Yeah,
and
actually, interesting fact, there's like only 6 Hypertappers in this. So the DAS could just overwhelm them here.
We should see. We'll see. But Batfoy's like the big story here. He was barely missed the cutoff. He had a rough qual. He got his 800 some K, like an 890, I believe, on his very last run, and he got about a 4 or 5 seed in our bracket today. My Tetris hero, Ben Mullen. You know, everybody talks about Joseph being the reason that they're here. When I saw Ben Mullen 9 years ago presenting the XC of Order, he was my Tetris hero. It's like this guy I can relate to. What a game, and I'm here because of him. So getting to see him, and of course the one and only Matt Bucco. Break out your nondescript, cheap domestic brews today for Matt Bucco. But he's going to play, and lots of others. The debut of Anna, it's going to be super hype. I'm sure you've got lots of the other names in front of me. Yeah. I don't have in front of me. Packy, my boy Packy. How can I forget Packy? So it just keeps going on, and everybody's already chanting for their favorite players in chat. We love you guys. We'll probably just get the game on the bottom started. You don't need a simultaneous start.
Yeah. All right, Wing is ready.
We'll be doing that. Wing is ready.
And FBI
we'll be doing a chat countdown.
Yeah, we'll do a chat countdown. All right. So getting started at the bottom. Yeah. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I guess while we're trying to get Alex's stream up, we can swap to our 2-player scene. Name's kind of jacked up. Let's fix that. Okay. So FBI Siva, I know that he is a he's a 900k player, and Wing is a max out player. So that means they both can show, you know, some really hype games here in the post transition.
That's going to be the key. It's the transition. It's post-transition play with the professional game. Anytime you don't get the transition, and lose and top out, that's kind of a BS gimme to the other player. And if you're going to win today's tournament, it's going to be, can you get to kill screen consistently? Can you score 50% or higher Tetris rate consistently?
Yeah. And
we're not going to have the benefit of the Max Out Club Tetris rate, so we're going to have to kind of wing it. No pun intended, wing. But you can kind of tell. Here I go already. Get the groan counter going. But so, you know, basically you want about 100,000 points every 20 to 25 lines. And Steve's already on that pace right away.
Yeah, definitely.
Wing's a little behind, but he's got a clean board.
Definitely, you know, maintaining a small advantage here, just playing a little bit more efficient. You know, best of 3 format is really brutal because, you know, an early top out, that's just one step closer your opponent is to eliminating you at the tournament.
And the thing that it did improve this year with CTWC 2020 was the number of games that went the distance. I noticed in the later CTMs leading up to CTWC, I noticed especially at CTWC 2019, a lot of the new kids on the block were going for the 500-foot home runs every game. And that isn't going to cut it. You got to be consistent. You got to get 900,000 every time, rather than going for the 1.2 million and taking every risk possible. You gotta dial it back just enough to keep the pressure on your opponent, but you can't take every safe burn. You gotta find that fine tuning, and it's really difficult. And Steve has already lined a pennant there.
Yeah.
Column 3, he's already in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna look like it's gonna be difficult for him to get out of this. Yeah, Stevo's gonna top out at 169. Wing needs to get to 170. Just played a tad bit aggressive there and made a misdrop.
Yeah, he's going for that line drop, and he missed one tap, or well, he's a DAS player, so he missed a skill stop there. The one Tetris should do it for Wing. He's almost Tetris ready, but he might play it safe, which is... I got yelled at in the comments for suggesting a player go for a Tetris and a chase down. Nope, line it out every time. But
I mean, it depends. If you want to do it with style, you can do it for Tetris. But if you want to, not take any risks, because remember, we are playing Classic Tetris. This isn't Guideline. You can just get hit with a 40 drought out of nowhere. And, setting up for that Tetris and get hit with a 40 drought, you could have potentially costed you the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, needs to get to 170. He's 13,000 points away.
Tetris ready, waiting for that long piece to get the first heart.
And there
it is. Boom, Tetris for Wing.
Taking the first game.
Game 1. He can go ahead and top out. And I loved all the Ben Mullen memes, because before we had max-up players on stage, he was the closest to get to a max-up, but did that in a game versus Yanni a few years ago. He proceeded to break 900,000, did a little dance on stage, got the best CTWC on stage score ever, and then proceeded to lose his next 2 games. So that's the part of the meme everybody forgets to mention. And I admit, I was the commentator and I egged him on, because we wanted to see that 7th digit, but that's win your games, guys.
Yeah. Also,
so
thing about Wing, he is the CTEC champ.
Oh yeah.
So
congrats.
He's coming in here, fresh off of that victory, might look to continue it here.
Been a powerful, packed month and a half of Tetris, just between quals and gold, CTEC, now silver. We're gonna have like a few weeks break before December 6th.
All right.
For Final 8 CTWC Sunday. We're gonna go for game 2 here.
All right, both players are ready in chat, so let's go ahead and count them down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
So, you gotta mention the hat that Steve-O's wearing there. I don't know what to say about it, but you just gotta say that it's there and pay attention to it.
Hey, maybe it's like,
the nice little,
could be like Corion's swim cap.
Yeah.
That could be what he needs to ascend further beyond in his Tetris arsenal.
Quarterbacks in the NFL like to keep their hands warm and like pocket protectors, so Tetris players need to keep their brain warm. And then the sweater over the wings tied around his neck there, that's very stylish. I think if Jonas were here, he'd appreciate the style choice there. So on the game 2.
Both players, starting off incredibly clean. And just seem to have run into a little bit of issues there with the pieces, not really able to do too much with them. So having to take, conservative burns. But this is best of 3, so all the pressure is on Steve-O here. Essentially, Wing has 1 game left to give.
Is a game to give, so that's the big decision. Is when every time you have the decision, do I stack this up or do I burn it? Do I stack this up or do I burn it? With every single piece. And if you're Wing, maybe you turn it down slightly and burn it slightly more often. But maybe don't. Maybe you keep the pressure on Steve-O. That's the beauty of the strategy of this game. It's ever-changing, depending on every piece in every situation.
Yeah, Steve-O looking a little bit high. He's actually going to do some pretty smart burns to try and get out of this. It's going to cost him a few lines. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's about a 6-line burn.
Yeah, Wing over there with a nice flat burn as well.
So we got a virtual tie, 1,000-point difference between the 2 players, about 32 lines to 28 lines. The Wing's got a clean board. Steve-O's still working on his burns. He's burned about 16, 17 lines at this point, but he's finally Tetris ready and back in it. 1 Tetris should tie this back up again. And there it is. Tetris for Steve-O.
Yeah, both players incredibly clean boards. As of right now, it's too early to call anything, but this is approximately like what you're looking at for like a low 500 transition. So they can keep this up, maybe even a bump up their Tetris rate. We can see some 500s going around transition time.
So roughly about a 66%, 65% Tetris rate for both players at the moment. I'm just doing back of my hand calculations on that.
Ooh, Steve-O got a little bit
aggressive
in the middle there.
And he,
yeah.
And It's going to be difficult to burn us down.
Yeah, and that's going to be
He's
it
in
for
danger,
Steve-O.
and he is... Swing!
Just played a bit too
Advances
aggressive.
to round 2. Yeah.
He was looking for that specific piece to be as efficient as possible, and the piece didn't come, and the board just got into a state to where there's not really much he could have done. But congratulations, Wing. You advance to round 2. You know, let's take
Steve-O needs a hug, according to his shirt there. Virtual hug for his... Nice instruments in the background there. Very nice.
Alright, so this is going to be this has potential to be quite the exciting match. You know, Ben Mullen, CTWC veteran, 1.1 PB, and LMAO recently got a max, also with a, you know, not necessarily 1.1 PB just yet.
And looking at Ben, I think Ben had LMAO's haircut at some point in his youth. I'm just going to guess that.
Okay, so when we have it ready from both, because I'm pretty sure they've been warming up since then.
Yeah, they're beyond warm at this point. They're hot. Let's go, guys. Let's do this.
So, yeah.
Like the pajama pants that Ben has on. The proper Zoom meeting attire.
Just gotta wait for it to buffer a little bit.
LMAO in the shorts because it's November.
Alright, looks like their streams are dying for me, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, the question in the chat is Ben Mullen gonna Ben Mullen? That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a very good question. Pretty sure, you know, if he gets into the post transition, we might see a Mullen.
I give him permission. I want to see Ben Mullen max out in a CTWC event, even if it doesn't technically count as a max out in the scorebook. That would be the most Ben move.
Alright.
I remember
LMAO's
back...
ready. We just need it ready from Ben now.
Okay.
Right.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, they both are ready. Let's go ahead and count them down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Tetris.
And then right as soon as we
How
count
synced
down.
up our mics are. I tried to link up with you. I don't want to be as bad as Vandy and Chris Tang. So.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
That is terrifying. Okay.
LMAO went to light speed for a moment.
And the stream is
False start. 5-yard penalty. Still
okay.
first down.
It's good. And we're still waiting on Ben to
LMAO is
start.
playing. Ben starting. All right, here we go. So LMAO has been spotted a 1 Tetris lead. It doesn't really matter. Time does not play a factor.
Yeah, it's not who can get the highest score the fastest, who's the highest score at the end of, you know, both players topping out.
LMAO missing that square drop early on. He's going to have about a 6-7 line solve here. And Ben is opened up and ready for his first Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Ben Mullen.
This is actually another Daz versus Hyper Tapper battle. LMAO, he started off as a Daz player, but now he's a Hyper Tapper. And, you know, Ben Mullen, of course, one of the veteran Daz players. So, seems we're having just constant stream issues with LMAO.
So go ahead and keep playing, Ben. We'll try to get LMAO up here. We'll see what the ruling is. And now Ben's frozen.
I knew it was a bad omen whenever I was trying to pull up both of their streams, and both were having issues. But 74,000 for LMAO, 37,000 for Ben.
Ben's going to work on a column 4 Tetris here. He's doing his best imitation of the other vet, Quaid, with his center wall play here, although he had to cut off as well, so that's going to be a pretty frantic solve. He does get the column 4 Tetris, but LMAO has a 60,000 point lead at 27 lines. So that's about
they actually caught up to each other.
Yeah. It's magic.
Ah, yes. I do see a couple of pushdown points over there for Ben. And, you know, seeing how some of the matches in the gold bracket ended, you know, it came down to like 400 point differences. You know, if you push down all throughout 18, you would have had that 400 points. Wow.
The classic beta strip ending from a couple years ago, 180 points. Ben having to hang that Z up high Desperately needs a line. Gets it. Dirty Tetris halfway up the board for Ben Mullen. Still got some cleanup work to do. LMAO. We will find out what happens with his game when it comes back up.
Okay.
There we are. It's a fun stream, guys. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah, it looks like LMAO is going for row 3 Tetrises and managed to accrue a 100,000 point lead.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial early on. 272 through 65 lines is pretty great. That's about 60-70% Tetris rate. Ben's got the clean board, though. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, he actually cleaned that up really quickly. You know, it looked like he was at the borderline of topping out, but it's now, like, absolutely perfectly fine.
He was clearing that out like a tapper typically clears out. You don't see too many DAS players hanging around on that top half of the board at 18. LMAO is finally going to burn down his last few lines to get back to the bottom, but then it stream froze again, so we'll get a flash update when it shows up. Ben is clean. He's got good posture. This is how old Ben is. When he got his first max out back in like 2012, I believe, he celebrated by buying a 6-pack of Pepsi Max, which I don't think they make that anymore. So that's the dated reference of how old Ben is. If anybody remembers Pepsi Max, that's Ben Mullen right there. LMAO is back. He's got a 355 at 93 lines, so clean board. He's looking to transition about 500,000 or so.
Yeah, and then LMAO still, you know, keeping up this lead. Definitely, you know, having a lead, any kind of lead in the post-transition is an advantage because that means your opponent has to play just a little bit more aggressive than maybe they might be comfortable with. And, you know, having the difference in play styles, Ben, you know, can't build as high as LMAO can. So he needs to be, you know, wise on where he decides whether or not to play aggressive or to play conservative.
And we're back, and the lead has shrunk down to about 40,000 points. So it's about a 2 Tetris difference. Ben's still behind, but we're approaching transition. 2 clean boards. For the first time today, we're going to get some level 19 play. And as I always say, watch the transition.
Yeah.
Not only the increase in speed is a jolt to even the best players, and getting tucks and other crazier maneuvers right after the transition, it's difficult to recalibrate your play for that. And Tetris for Ben with the Tetris Sai at 121. LMAO has transitioned at 480.
Yeah, very strong transition.
Probably about a 55% Tetris rate for that, roughly. Not quite million point pace.
Yeah.
Did not get confirmation on whether our players are using Game Genies or not. So in the case there is a double max out, our judges will go back and review if they have to. So we will have a true winner based off a replay and a judge. So Ed Mullen missing the Z there, missing the tap. He's behind by about 100,000 points again. He's going to have an awful lot of dig work here to catch up, and LMAO is looking pretty clean at 575 and 158 lines. Yeah. Interesting that LMAO doesn't have like a base to typer tap on. He's holding it old school Thor style.
Yeah.
Lots of
but ooh, Ben Mullen, yeah, he's just gonna top out. So LMAO takes his first game, but very strong first game it was. Both players, you know, going into transition. So LMAO is good.
Literally, LMAO is going to Ben Mullen. I like it. He's not. Raises his arm in victory. Still got 2 to go, though. Let's see how this plays out.
When we have already from them in chat, we can get started with the second match. And then after this, we're gonna end stream real quick and see if I can fix with these buffering issues that chat's talking about.
All right.
Ben is ready. Didn't see it ready from LMAO yet.
And chat's gone down the meta hole of Ben Mullen. I mean, there's so many layers. It's so dense. We're ready from Ben.
All right. Did we get it ready from LMAO? I'm looking. I haven't seen it yet. All right, he's asking for 1 second. Okay.
1 second. He's memeing with his pals, or we don't know. Now ready. All right, here we go.
Okay. Let's go ahead and count them down. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Game 2. LMAO 1-0. Ben's gonna have to dial up the aggression, or I guess in these early rounds, survive to the kill screen. It's a lot of runway to give up if you only top out at level 23 or so.
Yeah. It's like there's some massive stream delay over there for Ben. So LMAO is going to be 5 lines in the future, but seeing as Ben has pushed down a couple of pieces, could be, easily caught up.
Try to catch up, but that's Minnesota. They're always behind.
And LMAO already going for row 2 Tetrises. Oh my gosh, Ben.
Yeah. Ben needing that L desperately. He's going to fill in with a square.
Yeah, finally got that J.
The row 2 Tetrises I like to call Zoom meeting Tetrises, because you don't necessarily shower every day if you're on Zoom meetings, but it's still clean enough. And
yeah, but
75,000, 19 lines.
He needs to be careful here, because this column 8, well, especially it being slightly dirty, it could potentially be disastrous if this drought continues.
Tetris for LMAO. He's gonna keep playing one off the bottom. It's not super risky.
All right.
But it's just fun just to see where he's going to do his transfer, if he's going to do his transfer. And Ben's clean again, but he's down 100,000 points already. He's basically wasted his first 20 lines getting back into scoring position. So he's got an awful lot of work ahead of him.
Yeah, but now he's just waiting on the long bar to score his first Tetris. And it appears that he's getting droughted for it. There it is. Finally, boom. Tetris for Ben Mullen. And now LMAO having to do just a slight amount of burning. In fact, he's looking for perfect pieces, and it comes. So definitely has the advantage this game. And ooh, Ben Mullen misses the T-spin.
You can see the shrug. He's like, ugh. Right, those reaction times go down with old age. I say that from experience. Let me tell you. You're talking 1/20th of a second at level 18. That's not something that you can keep your focus on throughout your middle-age years, believe me.
Yeah.
LMAO's got 212,061 lines. That's a very strong score.
Yeah, definitely.
At 100.
Definitely a score that he liked, get a mid 500, which, he could definitely max off of that. So Ben just has to try and play efficient this next half of the pre-transition.
Looking good so far. It's good RNG when there's actually a place to put the square if you get 2 squares in a row. I mean, that's a bad build, but RNG actually works sometimes in your favor. And LMAO's got a stream reset. Hopefully we'll get him back up here. Ben's going solo just the way he likes it. LMAO's back, and Ben has cut this down to a 1 Tetris deficit.
Yeah.
So LMAO is working about in that yellow zone halfway up the board. Tappers can play up there, but 1 misdrop and the game is over.
And ooh, oh my gosh, he's setting up for a dirty. That was not the move.
He's not going to get the line, and Ben needs 228,000 to take game 2 here. He's Tetris ready. Gets the line one piece too late. Gets another line. Boom Tetris for Ben. He takes game 2, and we are going to our first East Sider of the day, folks.
Yeah, I thought that, he was going to, take the conservative way and use that long bar to burn out. But then he built up for the Tetris, so Ben is good. Not sure if he realizes it yet.
Yeah.
Kind of saw like a sigh of disapproval after a misdraw.
Don't Ben Mullen this game. This isn't the game you want to show off. Come on, Ben. Come on, Ben.
Fun time.
That's written you on. The madman's doing it. Come on, Ben.
Okay, I think
you're good.
I think he's aware now.
I think he's just now realizing he's won.
Yeah, there it is. I'd say he did like an 8th Ben Mullen, not the full Ben Mullen, but an 8th.
He did a bet, not a Ben Mullen, just the first 2 letters. So we got LMAO. So strong game 1. He got a little too frisky with game 2. Now we're gonna see in a decider here who's going to advance.
Yeah, and then we'll reset stream and hopefully fix these issues. So
yes, today is the silver bracket. We guess we could have put that on our display, but we'll just keep saying silver bracket over and over again. And
yeah, but the main bracket is on December 6th, so be looking forward to that.
The top 8, where Joseph Saelee, the defending champ, is going for a 3-peat, but it is not a sure thing with this crazy group of young players we have this year. So if we're ready with game 3, we'll get this started.
We're still waiting on readies from them.
Ready from LMAO. We got a pretty evenly split fan base and chat here. That's always nice to see.
All right, Ben is also ready.
Mullen is ready.
Let's count them down to their decider. 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Tetris. So sometime next week, Ben will get that message and start his game.
Actually, he started his game first.
Wow, look at that. Frisky Ben.
I think he's going off of chat as opposed to waiting for, the auditory.
Oh, that's
which is ideal.
Smart. He does work for a college. Yeah. And LMAO starts his game. So this time Ben has the 1 Tetris early advantage.
Yeah, and he has actually pushed down for quite a few pieces, so it's going to get those 2 Tetrises. It's actually, so far, both players stacking this game really well, but it is, the first 4 lines, but a lot of people like to gauge how well they'll do in the game depending on how well they do in the first 20 lines. Like, if they get 5 Tetrises, they're like, okay, this is going to be a game for me. And then, if they get like 1, they're like, all right, this is not the game.
That A-B select start is so tempting when you're playing by yourself. But players can get into a bad habit, especially like in CTMs and stuff, with people rage quitting with the A-B select start. And in our tournament, if you do that, it's an automatic disqualification. So I'd like to try to tell players to get out of that habit and play through or top out on purpose. Don't A-B select start in the middle of the game. Yeah. Good stacks here. We got a virtual tie game.
Yeah, LMAO actually has only burned 3 lines.
Wow.
So there's this 4th, but really strong performance by both of them early on. It's just LMAO's been playing a little bit more efficient.
I don't get the statistics for pieces with this setup, but
those are how many long bars each player has received.
Right.
So they're both about even long bars.
Good.
So yeah, the LMAO has just been utilizing his long bars a little bit better.
Now he doesn't have a place to put a Z. He does open as well. Gets down to Tetris. Now he's in burn mode.
What a pristine
board. Ben's going to take the lead here.
Yeah, pristine board by Ben.
195 at 46 lines. That's that 100,000 points per 20 to 25 line pace that you're looking for 1 million points.
Yeah, it's gonna he's going for conservative burns here.
Yeah,
that's a massive long bar dependency for LMAO.
It's Dirty Tetris ready, but he covered as well one piece too early. He's gonna uncover it here, but he needs that line piece now.
Oh, he just barely gets over with tapping. Nice. All right, he's bringing the stack down.
Back into yellow now.
All right, these pieces are definitely helping him out, but Ben Mullen is also taking advantage.
Yeah, 70,000 point lead now. That's about 3.5 Tetrises. Tetris is worth 22,800 points at level 18.
What a fantastic dig,
LMAO is clean again. Yeah.
Absolutely spectacular. Now he's got to focus on,
now
trying to be efficient again.
Yep. Ooh, he hung the L.
Okay. All right, we are back.
But surviving those mistakes is key. Like we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen anybody get to level 29 yet, and that is so much runway to work with. So even if you get a bad placement here and there, burn it down, get rid of it. Don't have to get 100% Tetris rate, especially. Even in the gold bracket, most games did not require getting to 1 million. There were a handful that did, but a lot of games players could have survived and overtaken their opponent had they played all the way through.
Yeah. A little bit of panic flips over there by LMAO. Definitely can see like nerves might be affecting him a little bit, especially after getting out of that risky situation. But
it tends to happen after hero digs like that. Players just kind of relax a little too much and then misdrop again. So you saw LMAO there. He tried to wipe his brow there and misdropped that square. Ben is expanding his lead now. He's up 170,000 points now. That's a massive lead coming to transition.
Yeah, definitely. First priority is LMAO needs to make it to transition because there's 750-ish thousand points that you can get in the post-transition. So he can use it to overcome any lead that Ben Mullen has built up. But if he doesn't make it there, that's going to be it. Ben Mullen is just going pedal to metal, showing you why he is the Ben Mullen.
Needs a line now. Needs a line, and he's not getting it. He's gonna top out at 263. And Ben Mullen, OG Tetris hero, advances to round 2.
Not to mention,
and LMAO gives us a little serenade on his guitar. Nice.
This is actually quite the game from Ben Mullen. He could have potentially got a 600k transition off of it.
But don't Ben Mullen this, Ben. Save it for later.
Okay. So we're going to take down stream, tweak a few settings, and hopefully things will be back up to normal. Just need one last one. And all right, we can count all 4 players down now. 3.
Let's do it.
2, 1. Tetris. Eat fresh.
I see the meme "eat fresh" in chat. I don't know why we're referencing Subway, but that's all good.
Alex
stopping on purpose. He started
on 8. Yeah.
Does that count? You can start again. All right. You didn't see that.
Q taking his time to get started here.
Citric starting here has got an issue.
I think he's going based on actually, what's going on with Keith? All right, he's good. He's just going to be some lines behind.
Subway grip. Got it.
So, off here at the bottom, Joey off to an early lead. Playing actually really efficient here. If you score 5 Tetrises in the first 20 lines, you end up with roughly around 100, 119, 117,000. So Joey is definitely playing not exactly, but really close to that. Alex not too far behind either.
93,000 at 19 lines. That's right where you want to be.
Yeah.
Joey with a square burst right down the middle, building a tower.
Definitely love one more square, just fill. Oh wow! As opposed to Commentator's curse, I guess it's like Commentator's blessing. Got a square to fill in that dependency.
Yeah. It exists. It's all you, man. It's definitely not me. Alex with the column 8 Tetris ready there. But if he gets the line piece, he'll be ready to transfer that well. Well, not in time, so we'll see how he plays this out if he's going to go for another one. And he does with the micro adjustment there with the eyepiece. Up top, yeah, Citric Ice is looking a little fuzzy.
He's having some issues. He is able to burn this down, but I believe he's only scored 1 Tetris. Or 2, actually.
71,032 lines. Yeah, he's only 12,000 points behind right now. So Mielchuk not exactly running away with it yet. Citric Ice with the column 2 Tetris. Plus he's got to do some unfortunate cheese pieces there on his second row.
Yeah, he sacrificed a lot to get that Tetris, and you know, in the end, it
kind of had to.
The best. But wow, we got a game down here at the bottom. Really close matchup. 211 for Joey, 180 for Alex. Alex might go for left well. The elevated left well.
He's open with it. You can do this at level 18 even if you're a DAS player, and he gets it. But the trick is transferring the well and how many burns it takes to transfer that over. And he keeps building up his right side, so he's going to be here a while. Joey just chugging along, 219 at 71 lines. So he's down about 10,000 points. It's a half Tetris. Up top, Mielchuk uncovered as well for the Tetris right away. You loved it. That's the best feeling in the world when it times just perfectly. He's ahead by 70,000 points, about 60 lines in.
Yeah, definitely was a little bit tough for Citric Ice. It just kept on getting in digs, and it seems like it all stemmed from going for a... Yeah, this is quite the deadly situation.
You pay attention to one game, and then you get this situation on another board if you linger too long on one game. Joey's burning great so far. That line piece is going to help.
Oh, couldn't get it over.
This is the chance Alex needs. Oh no, and he's going to top out.
Yeah.
At 229, so Alex is good. He can top out. He will take game 1, give the man his heart.
Yeah, that was a valiant effort though by Joey. Almost managed to get out of it.
Up top, we got a great game going. Mielchuk is ahead by 90,000 points all of a sudden. In the span of a sentence, it went from a 50,000 to a. It's pretty crazy how quickly fortunes change in this game.
Yeah.
Citric has a little bit of burning to do, and at 85 lines, it's a good idea to get it to the bottom before transition. Don't play around in that yellow area before the speed change.
Yeah, definitely. He was looking for, some ideal pieces to help him get dug out earlier, and he almost got it like several times, but then, one bad piece just continuously set him back.
And he's clean again. Now he's Tetris ready.
All right.
Boom,
Alex
Tetris for Citric. So Citric is down 120,000 points at 96 lines. That is about 6 Tetrises.
All right. We got readies from our players at the bottom, so I'll go ahead and count them down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So we're about to reach transition up top, like 30 lines left. And this is going to be...
there was one of those risk situations.
Go ahead.
Where Citric had a line piece. He could have taken a triple, but because he's down so much, he went ahead and used it to build. And that might pay off a little bit because Chuck has got a couple pieces of cheese right before transition, so this will give Citric a little bit of runway to work with to catch up a bit. Yeah, and there's one Tetris. So now the lead is back to 70,000.
Now it's up for him to, have to really perform in a post-transition. Because by the look of the way that Mielchuk was able to clean up his board, he might be down by transition at Tetris, so he's going to have to be more efficient. But this is a fantastic first game.
Yeah, it's down to 20,000 points. It's down to 1 Tetris. Citric has come all the way back pre-transition.
And now they're only separated by 3,000. Actually, I believe Mielchuk was getting droughted there. Transition for Mielchuk. 384 is going to go ahead and take that conservative burn. And transition for Citric. 379. Now at the bottom, Alex with some issues.
This turned awesome in the heartbeat down at up top.
Yeah.
Out the bottom, Alex has got problems. Square in the middle. Managed to burn it down. He needs an L.
A couple misdrops from Citric Ice is going to allow Mielchuk to kind of take a lead here. They were separated by 10,000 points for a brief second. but he's burning this out well. Mielchuk has not really been able to do too much capitalization. Oh my gosh, is he gonna set up for it? No, he's just gonna burn it out.
Oh. Yeah, you got 80 lines. Don't get crazy it's not the time to get crazy. At level 25, 26, absolutely.
Ooh, that misdrop, but he's able to get it over. All right, he's open.
Wow.
But this drought is massive.
Triple if he gets it.
But Mielchuk is going to top out at 449. And Keith is going to top out as well. 419. By one Tetris.
Oh.
What a killer drought for Citric there. But we got to give Mielchuk his well-earned heart. But let's not take anything away from Citric. Just being able to come back, being down nearly 100,000 points pre-transition, and coming back at transition where they were separated by, I believe, what, 3,000 points? Fantastic effort.
He was down 4 or 5 Tetrises and came all the way back pre-transition. So stand up, get a little, recalibrate yourself. Up top or down to bottom, Alex has got some trash to deal with. He needs a line piece to clean us up.
Yeah, when we have it ready from both of them, we can get started.
He gets clean, but he's got a lip, so he can't burn again. But he does get the Tetris finally.
He might actually go for row 2.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Joey could take advantage. He is ahead by 170,000 points early.
He's also slightly ahead in lines, so roughly like 12 lines ahead. So could be up by still over 100,000.
Yeah.
But might not just be as grandiose as it seems.
If you're Alex, don't even pay attention to the deficit at this point. Just worry about your own board. Play as clean, as efficient as possible. But if you can play it all the way out, you got a good chance.
All right, Citric is ready.
As I say that, Joey has cheese, gets into a safe position to burn it down, but this gives Alex a chance to catch up a little bit.
All right, we're going to start our second game up top in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah. Fantastic survival by Joey there. Things looked a little bit dicey. You know, he kept the well open, you know, get that Tetris, knock it down 4 lines. So that was incredibly important.
Yeah, if you can knock it down and score, that's great, but you can't rely on that the entire game. You got to pick your moments, and hopefully they pay out, and they did for Joey. Alex has got a clean board, though. He is down 180,000 points. Gets the line piece, 1 piece too late again, but he does get the fortunate RNG to get 2 quick lines in a row to narrow the gap to 140,000 points. Both players nearing transition. 50% speed increase. At 130 lines. So they have to get ready, they get their boards ready, keep them nice and low. Alex is getting a little hairy up there. That's not a great place for transition. But he still has another 27 lines to go. He's a little slower than Joey is at the moment, like you were saying earlier. About a 14 line difference now. Wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna see him transition faster, probably be ahead by maybe a level and a half. But he has a very comfortable lead. Probably, actually, we could be neck and neck. Like, if Alex is able to maintain, you know, this high Tetris rate.
Yeah, it's definitely narrowing. Up top, Citric is pulling out his inner Quaid, getting the crazy center wall play.
Yeah, up top they've
been
having
Swiss cheese, and he's cleaning up now.
Some issues. Joey transition with around like 415. And oof. Slight misdrop. He did get the Tetris, and that was, you know, important. It's always good in level 19 speeds whenever you get that Tetris to, you know, burn the stack down and try and fix up the misdrop. But Alex is up dangerously high.
And that's transition's coming up in 6 lines. He's got to burn this down now.
All right, perfect pieces.
Post-transition, even the best players. He gets a Tetris into transition. He broke the string. That was so good.
Okay. Whoa. What is going on with his board? His transition broke everything. And Joey's just going to give up. Can't do nothing. He tops out at 455. Alex needs to 1 more Tetris to go up to 456. And then he'll be good.
You going to line it out, or is he going to get a hero finish here? He's Tetris ready, and there it is. Tetris for Alex. Alex moves on to round 2. GG's, Joey, Indie Rocker 81. Love you, man. Can't wait to see you in real life next year.
Yeah, you'd played fantastic.
He's got babies at home. It's hard. It's the fact that he's awake right now is a testament to how good he is at Tetris.
But now we're gonna focus on Citric and Mielchuk. Let's go ahead and fix
Mielchuk's in a suffer game right now. 124,000 at 67 lines, but he's got a clean board again. That's all you can do with suffer games is clean up as much as you can and start over, start from scratch. And if you get a board like Citric's right there, like he hung that Z, he's gonna have to burn about 7 lines to clean this up at least. This is a chance for Mielchuk to close that gap a bit, which is now about 70,000.
Yeah, I agree. But remember, all the pressure is on Keith here. Oh, he does not have a heart. Let me fix that. Oh no. Yeah. All the pressure is on Keith here. He's down 1 game. This is best of 3.
All of Canada is watching right now. No pressure.
And just like that, Mielchuk has closed the gap, only down by a Tetris and a half now.
He's not... Oh, he could have had a T-spin there. He decides to fill it in with an L instead. And that's going to keep this shelf right where it was. And you're not burning it down. You're treading water at this point.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal.
He continues to perpetuate the burn. And really, he needs to, try and... Oh my gosh, he's setting up for this dirty Tetris.
Ooh, Birdie.
And he gets it!
Yeah, you know what? He's tired of talking junk about his game. He's like, watch this, fellas.
Yeah, definitely a risky move, and it looked like for a second that it wasn't going to pay off.
Mielchuk's in some trouble too, so this is the battle of the suffer games here. 50,000 point lead for Citric right now.
Yeah, actually, that was the first Tetris from either player in a while, and it looks like they're both going to get cleaned up at identical times as well.
Love it.
What a fantastic survival by both.
Love it. Citric maintains his lead all throughout that ordeal. He's up about 50,000 points. We're nearing the transition.
Yeah. But, it's all going to come down to post. Who's going to survive and who's going to be able to score while surviving.
That's the name of the game, and you love to see it.
Ooh, nice smart delay burn over there by Mielchuk.
Very good. And it's the classic. Keep your left side high, keep your right side low. If a piece doesn't fit anywhere, you can stick it on your right side and burn it down within 2 lines and give minimal damage to your Tetris rate.
All right, and Keith is going to transition at 390.
Yep.
Mielchuk has 1 Tetris left to give.
He's widened that lead to 100,000 now. Chuck has gone back into a little bit of a suffer mode.
All right.
1 line to transition.
Yeah, it looks like Chuck is going to have to burn into transition. It's going to transition at 297, so Keith with a true lead here, despite being ahead in lines. Oh, very nice burns by Keith. What a beautiful burn sequence. Cleans up the board immediately. Meanwhile, Mielchuk, just trying to get things cleaned up here.
He could have played aggressive and built a Tetris stack, but he decided to burn it down. I think both players aren't very comfortable at 19 in this pressure situation. They want to keep it as safe as possible to keep playing it out and score their Tetrises. Again, Mielchuk took the triple rather than waiting for a Tetris.
Wow, what a... Citric Ice with some incredible placements. He passed up on a spin opportunity, but instead took a couple of conservative and smart burns. So it allowed him to stay safe.
Mielchuk with the Tetris narrows. He's down about 70,000 points. 159 lines.
Having some problems with Citric Ice over here. Not managing to load dash properly on some certain pieces. Mielchuk is slowly closing in that gap.
He's playing clean. That's all you can do when you're behind like this. Gonna take the burn with the Z. There comes the Tetris. Lead is down to 50,000. About 2 Tetrises now. Right. Points slowly climb up.
Yeah, but Citric now finally getting back into scoring position here. I mean, he did have a 100,000 point lead, and that was That was beneficial to him because of having to do all this burning. Even though his opponent has caught up, he still leads. And
I have Tetris now. One
another
Tetris.
miss drop. And this might be the opportunity for Mielchuk to take the lead. And he does so with a
playing
Tetris.
Aggressive, goes for Tetris. We are neck and neck. We are 300-point difference, folks. Level 24.
Here we go. We're about to see.
Can they keep this through level 29?
All right, Keith is Tetris ready, and Mielchuk with another Tetris goes up to 494. Keith with several misdrops, but knocks down Tetris, goes up to 503. We're separated by a couple hundred points there. Neither player in position to score.
Press down points. Will those matter?
All right, Citric just needs to burn this out, looking for great pieces. However, Mielchuk is clean. He needs a couple of other pieces to help him get out of this.
We're still
separated by 1,000 points.
Oh, this is crazy.
But the thing is, Mielchuk is clean.
Gets the Tetris, takes the one Tetris lead.
And Keith is going for the column 3. And
Yeah.
there it is, column 3
got
Tetris
it.
for Keith. Separated by
28,
4,000 points, but another Tetris for Mielchuk. Keith needs a long bar here.
Aggressive. He's leaving the well open. He gets the Tetris.
590. However, Mielchuk is just too clean. Only thing that can save Keith here is Mielchuk gets a draw and does not. 620. Keith is not in any position to score. And Mielchuk pulling off a 100k chase down in transition, taking the game nearly all the way to kill screen. Advances to the next round.
Good drama there. Wow.
Truly a phenomenal game. Let's give this man his second heart. He deserves it.
He rolled off the bed. Look at the horse there. Didn't even notice the horse till now. Nothing to be ashamed of, Citric. That was amazing to keep in the game all the way through the end. Even maintain that you got that last Tetris on level 28. That's exactly when you need to take your risks. He took the risk. He made it. He forced Mielchuk to play all the way through to 29. Heck of a game, guys.
Absolutely fantastic. Good, well played by both. All right, so up next, I believe we're going to be having Anna and Metal Beast. Let's go ahead and...
I think the entire Tetris world has been waiting for this match.
Yeah, everyone's been waiting to see, the hyped up match between Anna.
Anna and Uncle Mike are overnight sensations in our scene.
Anna, Metal Beast, and Batboy and Salvolk. So a lot of people rooting for, Batboy and Anna here. But we also have Salvolk, who I don't know too much about just yet. And then, of course, Metal Beast.